Hello and welcome to Good Brews Bad Views, the podcast that asks if great beer makes bad movies any better. I'm your host, one Max Nestorowicz, and as always, joined by my two co-hosts who have temporarily escaped podcast hell, Ryan Everett.
Hello.
And James Thorpe.
Hello.
And we are joined by a very special guest today.
Yes, we are.
One Justin Hein? Is that how you pronounce your last name?
Hein.
Hein. Oh, I'm so sorry. Should have asked you that before
Welcome.
recording, but whatever.
Sure.
Yes. Justin is here today to indulge in a very special movie starring one Nicolas Cage. But before we get into that, we have a number of questions to ask him as it is his first time on the podcast. So, Justin, welcome. Question number one. What was the first movie you saw in theaters?
The first one I can remember seeing was Small Soldiers.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
We actually did that.
We did that movie, yeah.
Vivid memories of that for whatever reason.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
wild.
Okay. What was the first bad movie that you saw in theaters or otherwise?
The one that really kicked it off was what's the one with goblins and Nilbog? Troll 2.
Oh, Troll 2.
2.
Troll 2.
Okay, yeah. That's,
Famously terrible.
Yep.
Yeah.
that movie has a special place in our heart. And last but most certainly not least, what was the beer for you that showed that there was more to beer than like Miller or Bud or American Adjunct Lager?
I would have to say Oberon back
Oberon,
in the day.
okay, yeah.
I feel like that's a pretty popular.
Yeah,
when you're in
especially,
high school.
Yeah.
especially amongst people of our age, I would say.
Yeah.
Mm.
Beer sampling.
So, as well as being a huge fan of Nicolas Cage, which we'll get to in a little bit, Justin is actually the first person of the craft beer industry to be on the podcast.
Yes.
So, Justin, why don't you tell us a little bit about your connection to Frankenmuth Brewery?
Yeah, so I work for Frankenmuth Brewery. It's the oldest brewery in the state, founded in 1862. Second oldest in the country,
Really?
behind Yingling.
Oh, that's really cool.
Awesome. And so I work out of Detroit. We have an office in Bloomfield Hills, but I go up to the brewery once a week, and I'm just working to, build on the brand, kind of honor the history while offering new craft beers and kind of keeping up with the times craft beer wise. But I do all the labels, the marketing, design, social media, so just kind of all
That's
around
awesome.
creative stuff for them.
Yeah, that
Very
is
cool.
super, super awesome. And we thank you for bringing us some tasty beer, which we will drink as we are watching Drive Angry.
Ooh.
So, before we can even actually get into Drive Angry, we're going to talk about something called Nicolas UnCaged,
Yes,
which is a little mini film festival that Justin and some of his friends put on. So, explain to the people at home and to us, Nicolas UnCaged. How did this start, and what is it exactly?
So Nicolas UnCaged is a true celebration of Nicolas Cage, tailored specifically for Detroit and just kind of our community. We throw it in Hamtramck now at Planet Ant, but it started 6 years ago, I guess. This is the sixth one, and it started off, we threw it in the old Cinema Detroit, which was kind of cool because it used to be in an old high school, kind of, left behind high school downtown, and it was really great. And it was started by this guy named Jack Schultz, who's a really great guy, really passionate about Nicolas Cage. And I think it was in 2013 was our first one. I was coming from college at U of M, and I had been running a B-movie night there for a couple of years. And the B-movie night kind of just morphed into an almost pure Nicolas Cage night as my obsession
That's
just
a pretty organic progression
honed
there.
in. Yeah, I just discovered gold. And so I graduated college, moved out to Detroit, and just coincidentally right about that time, I saw the first thing about this upstart Nicolas Cage festival, just immediately jumped on. How can I help? And we've just been throwing it since then, every February.
That's very cool.
Yeah, we met Jack and you at the live showing of Mandy last fall
Yes.
at Cinema
Oh my
Detroit.
God.
And correct me if I'm wrong, did you do the poster art for that?
Yes.
Yeah,
It
we
was so
tried
sick
to
looking.
we tried to win one of those, but we were outbid.
People bid a lot.
Yeah, man, they were just throwing money at it. That was awesome.
But that's for Cinema Detroit. They're great. I mean,
Yeah,
they deserve
yeah.
it. They, sometimes I think they struggle because they're the city's only independent theater. So I was happy to be able to help them out.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Nice.
Yeah, they do a lot of cool events. So this will be as you were saying, this is the 6th Nicolas UnCaged Festival. What's the date on that so people can check it out if they want to go?
February 23.
February 20th.
And as we were recording, tickets are now available. There will be 2 movies, Drive Angry, which we're watching today, and Ghost Rider 2, The Spirit of Vengeance. And one of the big things that the festival is doing besides celebrating Nicolas Cage's movies is you guys are attempting to set the record for longest full immolation by a stuntman?
Yeah, so we really are. We were contacted by this guy named Skylar White. I think he's based out of Cleveland, actually, but he's worked with Nick Cage on a lot of his movies, and just a total stuntman. Really into it, and he wants to try to set the record for the world's longest full body burn.
Dude, that's awesome.
And it's getting pretty serious. I believe it's 100% going to happen. I believe we've had meetings with like Hamtramck Fire Marshal, and we're really hammering out the details. So it'll be between the 2 movies. We're hoping to burn a guy.
Oh, that's so cool.
I believe there's a GoFundMe to raise funds both to actually run the burning, because apparently doing something like that isn't cheap. And also to pay to fly the people from Guinness out to officiate the burning for official records, I guess.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So if either of those things sound interesting to you, come out to Nicolas UnCaged. We'll be there.
Yep.
A stuntman will be there, probably set on fire. It'll be a grand old time down in Hamtramck on February 23rd.
Guaranteed.
So, but enough about the future. So, Drive Angry. Oh boy, this is a wonderful film.
Yeah. I'm actually glad we watched this one.
Yes. So Ryan, tell the people at home where they can watch watch this movie if they're watching along with the podcast. Because, as you know, podcasts are designed to be watched alongside, or listened to alongside the movie. We are going to watch Drive Angry today and drink some fine beer alongside of it, make some jokes, have some fun, talk about this, fine film, and maybe learn a thing or 2.
Cinema.
Yep. So Ryan,
Yeah.
tell people where they can find it.
Well, we are streaming on Amazon today. The Summit Entertainment logo has just vanished from the screen at about 17 seconds in. So if you're watching along at home, press play now.
So this isn't our first Nicolas Cage movie. That was The Trust way back in episode 17 or whatever.
Nor will it be the last.
Yeah. Do you guys remember what your first Nicolas Cage movie was? For me, it was Gone in 60 Seconds.
Right. That's a classic, man. For me, I actually think it was Con Air. I think Con Air was my first one. I think that circulated pretty heavily through my family about the time when that came out. That's the earliest I remember, anyway.
I think mine probably was National Treasure, but it was this movie called Season of the Witch that kind of kicked it off.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just a bad movie, so
Dude.
it's just perfect.
So for me, you and I saw Con Air together in the theater, right, Ryan?
That tracks.
Okay.
Yep.
I actually looked it up because The Rock came out 1 year before Con Air. Because I thought it would be Con
It would have
Air
been The Rock
myself.
for me then.
So it's The
It's
Rock
The Rock.
for me as well.
It's The Rock. Yep.
Because everything before that is like rom-coms or Fast Times at Ridgemont High, which my parents would not have let me watch as a 10-year-old. So it's got to be The Rock.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, Hell looked really cool there.
Yeah, he was in like high budget Constantine hell.
Right.
Yes. 2 good Hells in it so far.
So we got a
Yeah.
truck full of rednecks tearing ass away from something scary.
In Laughter, Colorado.
And long-haired Adam Sandler's in the center.
He does look like Adam Sandler. Yeah, so Nick Cage movies. Wow, what a thing. Because when I was younger, I was like, man, Nick Cage is in some pretty great movies. And just things have changed, you guys.
Yeah, he was in some great like award-winning films.
Mm-hmm.
I think he totally redeemed himself with Mandy, though, right?
Oh, man. Just
Mandy was
fully,
amazing.
Fully and completely.
Mandy was out of this world. It's like rejuvenated everything we do.
Right.
I mean, it's the best movie he's made in 10 years.
It's
For
so
sure.
good.
Yep.
So now
So now
Nick Cage
physics is
came out
broken.
of nowhere.
Yeah.
And with a shotgun in hand. He basically looks like the lead singer from Everclear, but with a shotgun.
Great hairstyle in this one.
Right. It's in 3D. Whoa!
So this movie, as you can tell from this opening sequence, was in 3D when it was released in theaters, and that's actually one of the reasons why Nicolas Cage wanted to be in this, because he was like 3D was a new thing at the time.
Pretty hot. Yeah. So he just blew off one dude's hand for the cool 3D effect. Now he's looting the body.
Fuck you and your chain wallet.
Yeah.
Now he's being the every RPG character you've ever played who just loots in the middle of combat.
Yeah. No, I need this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, given where the story ends up going, I get it.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a ton to worry about. So, I ain't never telling you.
Yeah.
God, he's just. And it's weird now watching these terrible Nick Cage movies, knowing what he's capable of. I actually hadn't seen Raising Arizona until recently, and that's an incredible movie. Like, actually.
Oh, it's so good.
That and then Mandy, so many years apart. This guy is capable of great acting.
I really like him in Moonstruck.
I haven't seen that.
That's the one where he's shares in that one.
Nicolas Cage, I just think of him as just an insane force in the universe. I mean, he's
Right.
he's able to get wrangled in by great directors and even pretty good directors, but it seems like weak director, maybe novice director, he'll just run the movie into the ground.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I think that's
you have to be able to like contain the cage.
Right.
Yeah.
Cage the cage.
You have to cage the cage.
And channel it into something
Yeah.
great. I mean, Raising Arizona.
You know what I think is an underrated Cage movie is The Weatherman.
I actually haven't
Good.
seen that.
I haven't seen that one.
Funny still.
It's
but
fun.
good.
Yeah, it's fun. It's not what you would think from the trailers that were put out. Because it was almost portrayed as more of like kind of a dark comedy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it's not
because he's
really-
a weatherman and travels around with like a bow on his back.
But for like most of the movie, it's not a dark comedy, and then it just kind of gets there a little bit. And 3D
Yep.
opening.
Coming into you.
I'm glad that it has a shadow on the ground there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't believe that that was there.
Oh boy. So spoilers. All those rednecks are now dead.
I got to see this in 3D.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Are you guys showing it in 3D?
No, I don't think Planet Ant has that capability. I don't know, though.
So there we have Amber Heard, most notably recently of Aquaman fame as Mera, who has a rather interesting relationship history. She, of course, was married to Johnny Depp for about 2 years, and their big scandal was when they brought dogs into Australia when they shouldn't have brought dogs into Australia.
And then they make that apology video. Did you guys watch that? You should.
No, I did not.
It's something.
And then she dated Elon Musk for about a year before he hooked up with Grimes. So
And we have April, Kenny Powers, ex-love interest from Eastbound and Down.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
This seems like this place is very unsanitary is definitely the word I'm looking for.
yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
a good descriptor.
Yeah. Just a bunch of
Just
greasy,
a very
awful people.
very sweaty man.
Yeah. Perma sweat. Yeah, he looks normal.
Yeah. 10 flapjacks for $4.99. This does sound like a pretty good deal until you see that kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I guess if you saw that kitchen, though, you'd just go to a different restaurant.
Yeah.
This is some sort of weird fantasy that ends up happening here. I don't know.
Okay, question. Real hair or wig?
On Nick?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. It looks... I'm going to go real and dyed. That's my bet.
I vote wig.
You vote wig?
You've seen a lot of Nick Cage. Justin, what do you think?
It's always something new, and it's always ridiculous. I haven't really put a lot of thought into it, but I'm going to go real and dyed, too.
All right.
I think his hair was described best by Andy Samberg in one of his Get in the Cage segments from SNL, and he's
Oh, boy.
described as a chaotic hairline. Like, dude, it's just wild.
This is the weirdest interaction I've ever seen with a server at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Does it just turn into a strip club at dusk or something? What's going on here?
It's like a reverse From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh,
Yeah.
That is a nice Charger.
that's a sweet car.
So this is our second car theme movie of the month for Drive-uary.
Drive you weary. Come on, lady. I just feel like I want to take a shower.
Yep.
Talking to you.
She's coming on as hard as the wives from the ex-wives from Parks and Rec.
No.
The Tammys?
The Tammys.
Yeah.
She's Tammying it. Dude, you better back the fuck up, man.
Yeah.
What are we... think this. Where does this movie take place again?
This opening scene's in Colorado.
Huh.
Oh, really? I never even put that in the...
Yeah, it said Laughter, Colorado, like an opening scene, which they travel across several states in this, so...
I like the slap there.
Yeah.
Good work.
Thanks for the tip, I suppose?
Yeah. It'll drown out the
didn't
flavor
pay.
of cigarette butts. Yeah.
Peaches fuck the pain away.
Yep.
Classic.
So
This movie does have an interesting soundtrack.
interesting is one way of putting it. So
That's the only way I'm going to put it.
yeah. Do we ever find out what her boyfriend does for a living? So her plate is drive angry.
Yes.
'Cause how do you afford a car like this in this town?
Yeah. I think he has professional alopecia based off of the scene coming up. Or
Oh.
just
I can't believe her boyfriend's not Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Right.
Like, I remember immediately checking IMDb. Very much a
No,
doppelganger.
he's Dollar General Steve Austin.
Yeah. I feel like Steve Austin would have done that role,
Yeah, probably.
which we'll get to eventually.
That role. No one knows what it is yet. We'll get there.
Yeah, do you guys give spoilers or no?
We try not to.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So now it's Amber Heard as Megan Fox as all Transformers movies, pretty much. Oh, it's just a smoking hot 11 out of 10 grease monkey. Open up busted car.
Like I like the idea that Nick Cage could just like walk behind trees and appear up behind other trees.
Yeah.
He travels like Jason Voorhees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, how is this okay? How have you not maced this man by now?
Yeah.
He just like power walked out of the woods.
Yeah.
Looking a little bit like the lead singer from Nickelback.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Chad
Nickelback,
Kroger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nickel Clear. Ever back. Just so you know. Okay, whatever, lady. I think Amber Heard's accent is painfully bad in this, and I don't like it.
Yep.
It's my
While we're
concern.
dealing with this driving away sequence, James, why don't you tell us what we're drinking today, right now,
Ooh, the accountant
while the accountant mingles on up?
strolls up to a funky beat.
We are drinking Rummelstiltskin, a maple porter from Frankenmuth Brewery.
Yes. And Justin, you said that you designed this label.
Yes.
Excellent work.
Yep, very nice and clean.
Thank
I
you.
like the little barbershop thing going on with the different shades of wood.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys think of this beer?
I like it very much.
A lot of flavor. Pretty easy drinking for being a 7.5% beer.
Yeah, oftentimes when you get maple in this style, it's just too much, and it's
Yeah.
not. It's really not here. I think this is a great balance of the maple in this drink.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
So we've just been introduced to the character of the accountant, which is the actor William Fichtner here. He's in a nice suit, and he's just walked up to the dumpster at the restaurant and is causing some trouble with the help.
He just walked off the set from The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
And he's a great actor.
I love
yeah,
him.
he's real
Way
So
too good for this movie.
Yeah.
Agreed.
What is he doing? he must have bought a beach house or something, paying that. I mean, but
Timeshare.
he's awesome. I mean, it always helps to have good actors, even in bad movies.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, for sure. That's
Correct.
what makes them. I think that's what makes bad movies better.
Mm-hmm.
Because anyone, bad movies, they're a dime a dozen. But if you have a good actor in a bad movie, that's
That's
something
special.
Yeah. See the filmography of Nicolas Cage.
Right. So, I feel like this guy, this chef, just has a puddle of grease under him wherever he walks. It's like instead of a rain cloud, it's just grease. It's like a slug.
He's not sweating; it's grease coming out of his pores.
Greasatron 9000. All right. So Nick Cage has somehow managed to convince a very attractive young female to drive his creepy-looking ass to somewhere. Do we ever get a name on that other guy? I don't think we do. That's following them right now.
Oh, blood red jacket guy?
Yeah.
I think so eventually, but not for a little bit. They do a good job of like showing him in the scene without making him like
Too obvious.
Too obvious.
Yeah.
But yeah, this doesn't feel like Colorado. Then again, I've never been to Colorado, so I'm not really a good judge of where things are shot.
Well, everyone has southern accents.
Yeah. So obviously Colorado.
Yeah.
Up in the mountains.
Who knows? Sometimes there's geographic reasons they set things in movies that are about hell. Like I know in Ghost Rider 2, like they have to perform a ritual in like the deepest trench because it's the furthest away from heaven. There's always goofy things like that in these movies.
So I know that there's the whole. She already put him in a car with her, which is dangerous from that perspective. And there's this.
Yep.
But
What?
you'd think that if you're like taking a hitchhiker somewhere, maybe you stop like a half mile from your house.
Not-
Not like
in
pull
front of
up
house?
to the.
And they're like, okay, bye.
So Amber Heard is beating the shit out of a naked chick who was just on her boyfriend.
Yeah.
Apparently a hairless man.
Jerry from Parks and Rec.
It does look like him, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It is him.
The flip phone just makes it that much better
Yeah.
too.
And so far, this is really the only callback to the opening hell scene so far as this Eldritch case.
I like how it's smoking.
Yeah.
The magic gun.
This gun looks like it belongs in Van Helsing.
It does. We will later find that it is titled The God Killer.
Well, I think it said so on top of the
did
case,
it?
like scratched in with like a knife or something like
Okay, I
that.
must have missed it.
But it is a blink and you'll miss it thing.
Smacks the phone out of his hand.
I like that he put that in a bag as if anyone on Earth would have seen the case.
Right.
Because the accountant showed up and wasn't like, did some guy woke up carrying a weird briefcase? He was like, did some 40-year-old 6'1" guy come and just sniffed around and was like, oh yeah, he was here.
Yeah.
Like it's not like he's deep undercover or anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Deep cover cage.
I love this little rage combo from Amber
Oh.
Heard.
Oh.
No.
That's
Then-
what's also great about that chick. Like her biggest dream is to go to Florida. She's
Yeah.
like, I'll see you later. I'm going to Florida.
Oh man.
Okay.
It's like the dreams of Ash and Ash vs. Evil Dead, the TV show, where it's like, I'm going to Jacksonville.
Salt Lake City.
He just wants to go hang out with Jason
Oh, Jason
Good
Mendoza.
and Blake Bortles.
Yeah. Bortles.
Yeah, he looks weird. Yeah, we should Photoshop like a black leather vest on him and have like a skull
Yeah.
and 316 on
There
it.
you go. If
What?
Stone
This
Cold won't
kick
be here.
is so fake looking.
Yeah. The fucking
Well,
music.
it's the only
cues-
kind of kick you can do when you're wearing cowboy boots like that.
I love the rock guitar.
Yeah,
in this
Yeah.
movie.
It's extra cheesy.
It's amazing, man.
wow!
Well,
Oh
well,
god.
he gone.
Yeah.
The bald boyfriend who just punched out Amber Heard got his shit kicked in from Nick Cage, and then an air conditioning unit fell on his face.
Mm-hmm.
Is
I thought that was going to kill him, but spoilers, it did not.
Is the tattoo on Amber Heard's right wrist real, or is that something she put on for this?
I do not know, and I'm not going to be a creeper and like Google wrist pics of Amber Heard.
Yo, girl, let me see them wrist pics. Flashback montage.
Yep.
So we're getting some real culty vibes.
Oh God, he's at Coachella.
Did you see that Kanye canceled on that because they wouldn't build him a giant dome for his set?
No, I did not. That sounds like something he would do, though.
That tracks. So real shaky cam.
Oh God, it's Nick Cave.
Nick Cave and Nick Cage. That fucking soul patch, man.
What was the size of those sideburns, though?
Yeah, it's
Size
the
burns.
soul patch, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Soul patches are never a good idea.
No.
Correct statement. So at first I was like, what's happening here? Oh, okay. Well, the creepy Soul Patch guy just had his member chomped off by a woman.
And
He was
then
forced-
Raspberry Jam happened.
And someone dropped
And
the
that was
Snickers.
his daughter, correct?
That was Nick. That was Nick Cage's daughter. Yeah.
Milton's daughter.
Yeah, Milton's daughter.
And it looks like what's his face plays
my
acoustic
God.
guitar.
By the fingernails.
Yep.
So you have to get drunk when you watch these movies because then you can watch them like 3-4 times. Little new things keep popping up.
Yeah, it keeps it fresh.
Not
I don't.
healthy.
I don't. Well, I usually do drink when I'm pre-watching these movies for this podcast, but I don't remember like Nicolas Cage like being overlaid like on that scene. But
With the cult leader.
yeah,
Also, you're welcome for me kidnapping you.
Yeah. Also, this car doesn't have heat.
it's a muscle car. By definition, they don't. They just flex to stay warm.
He looks like a grandmother driving that car with how close he is to the wheel.
I know, honey, but do you want to ask your friends from school to come over? Can you get yourself that far? You're driving.
Well, he's being courteous. Like I'm not really stealing your car. I'm just driving it.
Right.
Oh!
She's a badass woman.
Look at his steely eyes.
Yeah.
Extra reflective.
What a place.
Oh yeah. So now they're pulling up
Oh,
to
yeah.
bull balls.
Bull by the balls.
Bull by the balls. I couldn't see the little itty bitty print.
Yeah. I only know it because they say it a couple times
Uh-oh.
later.
We know what's coming up.
Yep.
There it is.
Is that the guy from Pawn Stars?
It is the priest from Constantine.
Oh, you're right. It is the priest from Constantine. I thought it was the guy from Pawn Stars.
Does look like him, yeah. This guy's eyes are always wiggly. Got wiggly eyes. That was cryptic.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Like when you're like me and watch like 80, 90, 100 Nick Cage movies, you get to see like various actors that, you know, have gone on to bigger stardom and like little bit parts. And
Right.
because he's been making movies, so many movies for so long, you get a nice little span of Hollywood in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of different slices over the years. It's like the rings of a tree.
Yeah.
Hello.
That fits.
Yeah.
There only one kind of beer in Oklahoma. Just beer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Movie brand beer. Nick Cage already looks drunk in this scene.
He does a little bit. You did kidnap her. Which is a fact she still doesn't seem to really care about.
So according to that license there, he was born in 1951, so he's supposed to be like 60 years old in this. So that's a little clue that he actually is dead.
Mm-hmm. These Dry County things, these are real. These clubs that you have to belong to.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yep. And so usually what it is, you have to show up and you pay $1 to become a member of the members club, and then you can drink.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
See, what Milton should have done here is when the waitress asked for ID, he should have pulled it out and been like, "Look at this photograph."
No, no, he shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Free beer. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Time to GTFO.
He looks so odd.
Yeah, like I said, it looks like he's drunk.
Like he would fit in maybe in like an art gallery in New York or something, but like in Oklahoma, like he just looks bizarre.
Yeah.
I love it.
The way this dude speaks creeps me out, and I think that's on purpose, and it's very effective.
It reminds me. You ever seen 30 Days a Night?
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Josh
like
Hart-
the drifter they pick up in the beginning, who's like, "I want some hamburger. I want it raw, and I want some beer." The leather jacket guy reminds me of him.
Huh. Oh, hello. Yeah.
Hey.
I like this this idea that the accountant sniffs for his prey.
Some bitch kicked me.
The some bitch. That's a great dig.
A little emphasis he puts into it.
Yeah. Whoops. Y'all fucked up.
It's a small little thing, but I like that, like, how the drywall, like, broke away there.
Yeah, very convincingly.
Yeah.
The stick from Kentucky.
Yeah, it's a Louisville Slugger.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but...
I love that he just cracks the bat like that.
Yeah.
It's such a cool little effect.
So Frank, the boyfriend, how does everyone keep hurting me?
Tapping the bat with the other end of the bat. Is
I
so
love this.
All right, now we have the accountant doing some detective work. You call him the detective.
The detective.
You're out of the picture now.
Bye, Frank.
So, being that this was a 3D movie, I'm surprised they didn't take the time or the opportunity to throw the bat and have the bat, like, him see the bat and it come towards him and the bat, like, coming in 3D.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, you did see the
It
bat
was
come
real. It
toward
was
the screen.
yeah.
It's quick, but, like, more.
That's a great practical
that's
effect.
Yep.
Gruesome but great.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, like, it's like looking into a mirror.
I love the coin flip move.
Yeah.
It's badass.
The window being taped up is great.
Where the air conditioner used to be.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I didn't notice that before.
I think that's a... Is it a Dracum?
Whoa,
Is that what the
3D
Greek coins are
coin.
called?
That's a really cool effect.
That's so cool.
I think it would have been cooler if when he caught it, it becomes the badge, as opposed to him, like, you see him catch the coin, and then it becomes the badge.
I really like the coin and then the hand motion for it becoming what
yeah.
it needs to be.
I like the effect cooler. I think it's less believable that these cops are buying it, but
Yeah.
I took it that the slow motion wasn't just for 3D. I took it that when he flips the coin, time stops around him.
Oh, that maybe makes sense.
And it's just his hand coming out, and then it turns into whatever he needs it to be.
that could be, yeah. Get fucking to it. These cops are just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Nothing about this is strange.
The way this movie goes, if you're blonde, you're a hero. If you're not, you're a villain.
Mm-hmm. So some good schmoozing here by William Fichtner. I think that's how you say his name. Shall we?
God,
Is this a real place? Because I kind of want to visit.
Probably. I would not be surprised.
Also, I love this poll that
My
Amber
God.
Heard is not actually doing it with this guy. She just recruited him to do her fucking nails.
Well, in the buff.
Well, yeah, but still.
Yeah.
We're about to enter Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is honestly has to be one of the top sex scenes of any
Ever?
movie I've ever seen.
I do like the slow pan over to the other room.
Right.
Oh
It's
my
fucking
god!
just
Oh
ridiculous.
my god!
This is the scene I'm like, yep, this is going to be a great episode.
Oh my god!
So
The cigars.
The
Just
Churchill
everything
size
about it.
cigar.
Yeah.
So Nick Cage was totally dressed still while he was getting just loved on hard
Yeah.
by the waitress. Well, she was wearing nothing. Spoilers. Those are the real spoilers. Creepy guy at a
I
hotel
would not
pool.
swim in that pool ever.
No.
Yeah. It probably has a viscosity much different from that of water.
Yes,
Ugh.
much different.
Okay, so she's getting into cars with strange, wood-bound weirdos. Now she's just wandering alone because she saw a creepy dude go in here. She's following him. She's not a great decision maker.
No.
Her infant girl died immediately upon seeing a man's soul patch.
Whew.
An Amber Alert. Should she run? Amber Heard Alert. Okay. Yeah, who could have foreseen this being a bad idea?
Not him with that soul patch, probably.
Yeah.
Look at me, I'm on the TV.
Right. Well, the narcissism tracks anyway.
Better weird cult leader, him or Chris Hemsworth?
Oh, Hemsworth, for
Yeah.
sure. And
Have you seen
Bad Times at the El Royale.
Bad Times at El Royale?
No, I've not.
It's pretty good.
It's a Tarantino light movie.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about it, though.
Yeah.
'Cause I was like, when is Chris Hemsworth a cult leader?
Right. All right, so Amber Heard is crouched down, hiding at the bar, which presumably has no employees for now, I guess.
Yep. It's apparently closed, which I refuse to believe that that kind of establishment ever closes.
Mm-hmm. And Culty McCulterstein just told his goons to go find him and kill him.
Yeah. He didn't even
Leather
have the
Jacket
stamp.
looks a little bit like Macaulay Culkin if he went batshit crazy.
So Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah, so just normal Macaulay Culkin.
He's more on the level now, I think.
Yeah, it seems that way.
That rope light is a trip hazard.
Mhm.
Yes.
I don't
what
think
they're
this place is
concerned
OSHA
about.
compliant.
How is this guy on to Nick Cage's trail? Does he have like preternatural instincts or something? Like,
It's his secret
Yeah.
femur bone powers.
oh,
Yeah.
the femur bone is so creepy, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the Red Jacket guy just tailed him, I think is what the deal was, right?
Oh, yeah, that is what it was. Leather Jacket
The
guy.
creepy talking dude.
Oh, okay.
Dun, 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 dun. I do like this. Give me a fucking weapon.
What is not attached to the wall?
Oh, use a hoe. Bad jokes.
That is the image for this podcast's like Instagram post. Kids, don't try this at home. Nick Cage is a professional.
Right.
Yeah. So this is the second movie that I know of where someone is having a gunfight while having sex.
Right.
What is the other one?
Shoot 'em up.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say we should also do that movie.
Shoot 'em up.
Potentially, yeah. But
Oh,
shoot 'em
3D
up is
bullet.
a great time. 3D brokey stuff. Woo!
Awesome.
Oh,
Oh
God.
no, that looks real bad.
The little cut of his hair there
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the air is great.
Pow.
I don't understand how that gun does that, but okay.
It doesn't. What? Man, the slow-mo has a weird film grain artifact in this movie, and it's not pleasant.
Yep.
Machete!
I do like how the goons are like, he's still going at it.
Right. This...
Oh,
I was
the
like,
cattle
are they
prod.
actually doing this with the cattle prod?
Oh, and then she gets
Yeah,
electrocuted.
she's loving it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely don't try that at home.
Yep.
That must have been fun to shoot.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous, you guys.
Yes.
But I love it.
I don't know why, but I've always thought getting shot in the foot would have to hurt out of some more of the places to get shot.
Yeah.
Probably
Like, that
because
has to be
because
super
you put your
painful.
weight on it and stuff, and
My bad.
Thanks.
The song choice is so interesting too.
Right. Clink. Oh no, I'm out of bullets.
well,
Should've
of the
used
ways
gun
to
for-
go.
Yep. There are worse.
Yeah.
You should just use the gun from Ginger Dead Man.
Just
Yeah.
thrown it. Oh, the infinite revolver.
Yeah. That face. He's going Cage.
Yeah. I like to imagine he never pulled out during that.
Passing some beers along here.
She's just petrified. She's shaking.
I'll just hold that.
I'll just cozy up to that.
All right, Ryan, what we got up next on this beer journey?
Oh man, another one from Frankenmuth, which I'm just getting a good look at the label here, and I love it.
Thank you.
I love it so much.
It's a really good label.
So this is a Sweet Tooth Stout barrel aged from Frankenmuth Brewery. The label has a really cool cow on it, where its midsection is a barrel, beer barrel. Very cool.
Like the cow has climbed through the barrel.
Yeah, like it's stuck. I actually haven't tried it yet, though. Here it goes.
Yeah, it's brewed with lactose, so it's kind of a milk stout.
Yeah, that's another super solid beer. Lactose giving some nice sweetness there. I like it.
We three kings of hat brims wide hunt Nick Cage and his bitch and ride.
Very good.
So I like the accountant's like knowing nod to the devil worshipping cult leader there, where he's like, "I got you, bro."
Yep. Ah.
Damn. Pour some tussin on it. You're fine. Tussin.
That van.
The fucking Flames van?
Yeah. So this bar is empty but not clean, which seems right.
Now we just get the extra cheesy guitar wailing music. I love it.
Promotion on papers.
Get back in your bat, Ethel!
Yeah, the old dude.
Shoot some cops for
Yeah,
me.
do you want to shoot some cops, little girl?
Yeah.
But why, though? Oh, jeez. Whoops. Cop lateral damage.
Yep. But yeah,
Wow.
so far this movie's had more fucking in it than Get Even.
Huh.
Yes.
And somehow more believable in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Who? What?
Oh, I think he knows that
Huh?
he's after Nick Cave,
Yeah,
who is jealous of his hair and his sexual prowess.
of course. I do like this character so much.
He's got a little bit of a Doug Jones look to him. The actor who's
Fishman.
Fishman and the other Fishman and the Fawn.
I thought you were talking about the senator.
No.
Abe Sapien.
Yes. Guillermo del Toro's go-to monster man.
Right. This is some really good background effects, you guys.
Yeah. Go.
All right, so we're going to sit you down in front of just PowerPoint. Just you scroll really fast. It's going to look like trees moving.
I really like this beer.
Isn't it good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought this was good too.
The aroma's a lot boozier than it actually is, I feel like.
I agree. Yeah. It's in the
Well, I
nose.
think it's because it's barrel aged, so it's got a little bit of a bourbony
Yep.
Yeah.
aroma to it.
But the bite that it tells you might be there on the nose is not there when you drink it.
Exactly. Yeah, I think the lactose finish on it is what kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid work.
Yeah, I'll pass it on to Steve, our brewer. He'll be
Thanks, Steve.
excited to hear that.
Cultist took my baby.
Yeah, and you killed a cop.
Yeah.
Like,
Nick Cage didn't do it. He actually didn't shoot any cop.
she did.
Yep. Well, she winged a cop, and then that cop killed another cop. So
No, I'm pretty sure she shot that guy in the chest, and then he wings the other guy.
Yeah.
no, she
first
shot
cop's-
the guy like in the stomach, and then he like falls over and shoots the black cop in the ear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he wings her, but there's no way she didn't kill that guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the first guy's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy,
Oh.
these effects here. I love the complete indifference of the
Yeah,
accountant.
the nonchalance.
Oh,
It's a good window.
Yeah.
That
So
one's
they're-
out of bullets.
Hurry, we've only got 60 seconds.
The other one.
So the accountant and Nick Cage are driving side by side across a bridge. Nick Cage just shot the accountant in the face with a shotgun, and the accountant is fine.
Oh no, he blew out the window.
I mean,
Good window. That's why I said
It's a
good
cop
window.
window.
yeah.
He's driving a Chevy. They didn't have to do this with the megaphone, but I'm glad they did.
Yeah.
Say I love you, Milton.
Yeah.
Milton, I love you.
Nope.
Yeah.
Say it back. That's a copy.
I like how Nick Cage just starts going through different like avatars of death from different religions.
Yeah, this is such an insider for like hell nerds.
Yeah.
John Milton.
Oh, now you're worried, son.
Yeah.
That gun is pretty fucking sweet looking, though.
That looks like something out of Darkstalkers.
Awesome.
Yeah. I would also say Bloodborne.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very Bloodborne-y.
That's so cheesy looking now.
Yeah.
Particularly with like the rocket effect on the bullet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that blood is so fake.
3D. Whoopsie poopsie.
We
yeah.
can launch a car, and by God, we're going to launch a car.
Every car that hits something front on in this movie just tumbles end over end for no
Right.
apparent reason.
It's just, again, the accountant's just like, I just want this fall to be over with.
Yeah. More than anything else right now, I just
want this moment to end. Thank you, Drew Goddard, and all that you do.
Yeah.
So Amber Heard is suddenly concerned about a random person dying,
Yeah.
I guess.
That's not useful.
Yeah. Nick Cage hit his exposition limit for this scene.
Yeah.
I like that line, actually.
Yeah.
How long does reloading take?
Yeah. This isn't Time Crisis. You can't just point it off the screen and...
Reload. Reload.
Oh, that fucking shirt.
Needs to quit reloading and reload.
Yeah. It's the best video game line ever. So is this
Exactly one person will get that joke.
the old, right? Is this the old guy that Steve Cuff was talking about the other day? We were talking to him.
I don't think so.
Maybe.
Look at his jeans.
Right?
Yeah.
You're stepping all over him, you muck. You schmuck.
At first, I'm like, is that a very old Ron Perlman?
It does kind of look like him, right?
Yeah.
But no, it is not.
Oklahoma is okay. I kind of wanted
In
more.
Oklahoma, they judge your authority in law enforcement based off the size of your hat.
That tracks.
He's incognito, so
Right.
he doesn't have his hat on.
I didn't understand what she babbles in a moment here. So Candy is wrapped up on the floor naked.
Yeah. Okay, so so Ryan, you need to explain what you didn't get.
Not yet. She hasn't said it yet. I guess that? What's never happened to you before? Just all of this crazy shit? That seems obvious.
I think it could be one of two things. It could be never like I've had such a strong orgasm, or two, it could be like I've never had someone kill someone else while having sex with someone.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is good. This is one of the few bits of like genuine comedy that works
Right.
in this movie.
Diet Danny Masterson here. Well, 3D door.
Oh, God.
Yeah, goodbye. The fucking just the fucking music that comes along with the accountant is great too. So,
Ooh.
Yeah.
See you, Shaggy. Ruh-roh.
Yeah.
Hey, look, health.
All right.
If you've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn, those
Yeah.
red flowers are going to bring your health back.
Oh.
Oh, poor Snake.
I think he was
Snack.
dead before.
Yeah, dead snack.
Ugh.
Are you sure it wasn't a group of rats pretending to be a snake like that video that's going around right now?
I have not seen that video.
That sounds incredible.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
line of rats moving in like a snake-like function, and people are saying that it's supposedly so that they can avoid predators, that they look like a snake.
Huh. Okay.
I don't know if that's more or less terrifying than the idea of the rats that get their tails stuck together and
A
become
rat
like
king.
the Rat King.
Yes. Someone actually ran into a squirrel king once.
Oh,
Really?
no.
Whoa.
Yes. There's a bunch of baby squirrels.
You think snakes get tied up like that as well?
Yeah, I think they do. Baby snakes.
They become a Hydra.
No, I think they just die.
That's not as fun. That's not fun at all.
No.
Just moving along the Exposition highway.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I'll say about this movie that I do not enjoy. Is the exposition is kind of long and drawn out and kind of dry.
Yeah, for a movie called Drive Angry, like,
There's not
you
a
wish
lot
there
of-
was more angry driving.
Yeah.
I agree.
That van looks like one of the custom paint jobs you can have in Payday.
I don't even know if he has any classic Nick Cage freakouts in this movie. I'm assuming maybe.
I think the closest thing he really gets is the sex scene. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
I
like
think
smiling and just kind of
yeah.
like,
With his old man shades on.
Right.
yeah.
And
This
a
is
cigar
normal.
that's basically a half of a foot long sub.
Man, this new season of True Detective has really gone off the rails.
Welcome to church. I don't know enough church to know if this is a real song or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how thoroughly Jesus copywrote everything, so. Well,
Jesus.
so Nick Cage just wandered into a church, and now he has been.
Everyone's packing.
Yeah, everybody's packing, and he found his baby. Well, not his baby, his grandbaby.
Yep.
So, speaking of movies where babies get taken, has anyone sitting here seen the movie Mother?
No.
The
No.
Darren Aronofsky.
Yeah, I
movie?
have.
There was a lot
That's
of
a fucking
controversy
movie.
about it.
That's something.
It's really intense, yeah.
That's something.
It's hard to know what to think about that movie.
Yeah.
Definitely worth checking out, though, I would
Yeah.
say.
Like, I hated it, but I also loved it. I'm still very confused about it.
I think it's the general consensus of that movie.
Mhm.
Like I orbit around film Twitter every now and then, so I see some of those takes, and all the takes I saw about Mother were like, I liked it, but I hated it, but I'm confused.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, like I went to read articles about it after I saw it, I remember.
Mhm.
It's just
So we're still kind of just riding the exposition train here. But now this creepy soul patchman has...
Soul Patchman reminds me
Jr..
of Casanova Frankenstein from Mystery Men, who was played by Jeffrey Rush.
Jesus Christ. That's a movie we should
that's
consider.
a throwback. Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
thought about that movie in a while.
Weird bit of trivia. Dane Cook plays the waffler in that movie
Yes.
for 2 seconds. Just
Artie
weird.
Lang's in that movie.
Yeah.
Boy, he's having a rough go.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my god, his nose.
I know, right?
I-
It goes
I-
like eye to eye.
Dude. He was my all-time favorite on the Stern Show too. It's just so sad to see him now.
That sucks.
I don't
Yeah.
think he can do stand-up
Oh,
anymore.
there's a little bit of caginess here.
Yeah, here we go.
As cheesy as this is, the idea of it is really cool.
Yeah.
Because the
Yeah.
implication here is, Nick Cage was dead, and he saw completely all of this horrible shit that happened to his daughter and her husband.
That is a pretty sadistic. Well, they were reveal later that that's what they show you when you're in hell.
Right.
And that is like a pretty sadistic thing. It's like, I'm not going to torture you directly. I'm just going to show you all the terrible thing that's happening to your family.
Whoops. Soul Patch says no.
Is he trying the Sesame Street method?
Yeah.
3 times they have to do it.
The girl holding the baby looks a little bit like Shelley Duvall.
A little. Yeah, especially like here. Yeah, I could see that. It's the hair. It's very much the way
Yeah.
she's done up in The Shining.
Yep.
That was very specific.
I mean, I fucking love grapefruit.
Yeah, dog. I mean, I don't need to shoot people in the throat to enjoy it, but yeah.
Yeah.
He's a health-conscious cult leader.
Yeah, I guess.
He needs his vitamin C.
Mm-hmm.
It's winter. It's citrus season.
Some antioxidants, bro. So much spirit. The guy holding Amber Heard right now looks like just redneck Horatio Sands to me.
I do appreciate how he has a multiracial cult.
Cult group, yeah. Very inclusive.
Yeah.
They all have weapons like they're about to like chase a Bigfoot out of the village or something.
Yeah, they're equipped for Yeti hunting.
Yeah, this is apparently the cult from Resident Evil 4.
I was just going to say, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
Descending on Leon Kennedy at any moment.
Yeah.
Not enough chainsaws, though.
Yeah. So, I like that when Amber Heard's character isn't being a complete doofus, she's just beating the shit out of everyone.
Yeah.
No, you shot me in the face.
Oh, what a flex.
Yep.
It's so...
That's the femur bone does disturb me. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, it's very unsettling. That's a
That looks
very...
like white Rosario Dawson.
on heroin.
Yeah.
But yes. Yeah, it's a very unsettling trophy to take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's like...
It's
It's
the
not-
personal implications of the bone as well as...
Right.
Well, there's that, but like, it's not like an ear, right? Like an ear is easily accessible. He had to work for that bone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of
Flaying.
a lot of work.
A lot of it, yeah. Implied time
Yeah.
spent on
Boiling.
that. Hot leg water.
No.
Hot leg water.
I made hot leg water. Well,
Oh my god, that wig.
can we talk about this
That
guy's
wig.
hair for a second?
Why?
He looks like a Dragon Ball character.
He does.
It's like an SNL wig for a politician.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unnecessary, but all right.
Yep.
With the underarm shot there.
Why did he wait so long? Was he playing possum or something?
I mean, maybe.
I don't know.
It's kind of the
I
implication.
mean, he's undead.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what state is he?
God, that wig.
Fucking wig.
I posit that man's hair is real. That's what I desperately need to know about this movie. Do you think we could find that actor's name? What's he listed as in the credits? Just
We need
the
to find...
hair?
Oh, yeah.
Wig guy.
Right.
God. Wigged cultist.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
Nick Cage always wanted to be the Terminator. This was his chance. I don't know, man. I think I'd sign up for a movie where they're like, okay, here's the premise. You're
Yeah.
the Terminator from hell.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That seems.
Yeah.
You've
Bored.
escaped from
Where
hell.
do I sign?
Yeah.
This is actually Nick's third role, having escaped from hell.
Yeah. At least minimum.
Honestly, though, maybe. Like, I'd have to go back and check the books. But
Yeah.
Now we finally get some angry driving here.
Yeah.
Amber Heard did a little bit earlier.
A little.
She cut someone off pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Irritated speeding, I guess.
Here.
This is exactly the scene I envisioned all RVs having on the road. Like this, I just assume this is exactly what's inside every one of them.
This is a weird, like, Mandy parallel, too. Creepy
Right.
RV of cultists.
Yep.
That's how you get Nick Cage into your movie.
I guess. Thanks, Dick. I remember.
Yeah.
Fucking wallpaper on the...
Change the world. Yeah, he appears
awesome.
to be driving angrily.
Yep. I do like this idea that, like, these cars just randomly caught up to this 67 Charger. And I am very amused by the revolver with the scope
giant
longer
with
than the gun
yeah.
on it.
It's a weird angle for that mirror to be at. Come around for us. Power move.
I was really waiting for a train to come by.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why have it by a train track?
Just to set
Bait
you
you
up and
out, Max.
bait and switch, Max.
Yep.
Angry driving.
This would be so impossible to navigate. Just,
And now they're on a Modern Warfare map.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Whee!
Whoop, 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 whoop. I haven't been watching. Has Nick Cage been getting any blue sparks?
No,
No.
not yet.
No blue sparks.
I do like those reveals of the
Yeah.
lights, though. And now we're on the set of Tim Burton's Batman.
I want the idea that the RV is just circling the building,
Right.
like, waiting for him to come out.
Man, Amber Heard and that other chick are just fighting tits to pits in there.
Yeah.
Which is the new phrase that I'm coining tonight.
That's mostly just upper body fighting.
Yeah. Right. Oh no, there's barrels in the way. That truck can't follow now.
Yep. You're screwed, buddy. So, I love this.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
yeah.
she's gone. But you're like, why isn't he moving?
Yeah.
That's
It's a great
great.
cut.
Yeah,
It's so good.
that's super cool. So,
The Cageinator.
right. So a
If
car,
my hair was long enough for it, I would go as Nick Cage as John Milton for
Right.
Cage Fest.
Yeah, I think will be a costume contest. There usually is.
Nice. Bye. Will.
Just jump out the window. just leave.
It's like Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Oh,
Love that.
That
Yep.
actually looked really good.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest.
That held up well.
I was waiting for that the whole like the first time I was watching. I was like, well, I know where this is going.
Yeah.
It's weird that they showed that the radio was shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Well, he's just a bag of sunshine, isn't he?
Yeah.
What world is this where this van is outrunning this Charger?
Right. And this group of people aren't just being flailed around the cabin the whole time. Warehouse combat.
I was waiting for just like both cars to drive in and an explosion happening.
Oh, yeah. Kick his ass, Seabass.
Yeah.
All right. We've gotten a lot of angry driving just right now, very recently.
Sufficient amount of angry
Yeah.
driving.
I'm good. I'm glad the driver had to interject there.
Yeah. This seems like a risky place to stop, but it works out in the end. Spoilers. Ring. Whoops.
Oh.
The one time where a car exploding like that actually would make sense.
Yes.
Right.
Not that exploding. though.
Not
not
that
that
one.
one.
The other one. The first one. Trying to Black Widow him?
Yeah.
That did not work out well for her.
He's trying to kingpin her.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus. And the RV is just now escaping this place, by the way.
Yeah.
She's like, nah, forget it.
Yeah.
I'm going back to hell.
What are they gonna do? Not let him back in?
Yeah. The RV actually has Colorado plates,
Cool.
even though they're in Oklahoma.
Half a point for continuity.
Well, they presumably started in Colorado.
I mean, this is a
You
bad
did
movie.
it flush.
Oh yeah, that's a jokeable offense for sure.
Yeah.
And again, I know this is a bad movie, but I don't buy Amber Heard at all in this movie. And I talked a little bit with, I think, James, that I also didn't like her in Aquaman.
What?
Yeah. I found her to be very unbelievable in a bad way in that movie.
Yeah,
I don't know.
well, the dialogue in that movie isn't great to begin with.
Yeah, so there's that. Anyway, different film.
No.
What was his ultimate goal there?
Yeah, that's a good question. If anything, this seemed a little long.
Yeah.
Just a bit, Max.
Uh-oh. I like how that's what like an original Dodge Charger looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
a very...
The new
Smooth
ones are
car.
like, well, none of you guys have one, do you?
My girlfriend drives one.
Okay, the new ones are like very like muscle bro-ish kind of, and like
Yeah.
they're also associated with cops, so I automatically don't like them.
Oh, the Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he shot his car.
Well, meanwhile, the Dodge Challenger looks like a car designed by a brutalist architect.
You're welcome.
That's some very good sound effects there, Ryan.
Ryan with the Bugs Bunny car braking sound effects.
Exactly. That's exactly where I practiced.
All
it
that
when I
was missing
little.
was like the bang bang. It's like the engine.
Backfires.
Yeah.
The practical effects on Cage's face are pretty darn good here,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like the
Missing an eye.
yeah, we'll see it in a little bit of the evolution of like how he's healing.
Yeah. Which, going back to something Justin commented on earlier, I think the reason Nick Cage didn't get up immediately is because the movie implies that even though he's undead, he still has to heal. Like, there's time that he has to recover.
He's no Wolverine.
Like
Yeah.
Wolverine, yeah.
Also, that's impressive that he just did all that with a bum
One
eye.
eye.
Yeah, with no depth perception. He should be in a river somewhere.
Hey, if Nick Fury can do it, why not Nick Cage?
Right. How does he see these screens over here? He turns. Blip, 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 blip.
Look at that license picture.
Sepia
Yeah.
tone.
God.
And Amber Heard's accent is only present for about 50% of her lines.
When necessary.
All right.
Nah.
Have you guys noticed how most scenes in this movie take place near a highway overpass?
No.
It's to hammer home that that country feel, that on the road feel.
One thing I've noticed that I hadn't really thought about before was when you're watching a movie like this that's really bad and you're kind of watching it for that reason, it kind of helps that it was made for 3D. It kind of just adds to the corniness.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
So the movie has had a sprinkling of really, really bad special effects up until this point. It is not, however, the crowning achievement of shit effects. We'll get to that shortly.
No. I was waiting for
The bumper sticker.
Yeah. I was waiting for Nicolas Cage to like push the bullet out of his eye.
Yeah, because he says he can still feel it in there, right?
Yeah, especially after that line, and you can kind of tell that it's slightly getting better, and I felt like it was a missed opportunity.
Yeah, that would have been pretty cool.
He's still alive.
Man, the hair.
Just drinking communion wine.
Fucking accountant, man. I love that.
Just slides him over.
Yeah. I love this exchange between these two.
Ooh, packed.
Funny, he's never mentioned you. What a great character. No, the hair. Tell us about the hair.
Yeah.
John Milton's after my hair.
Is that just sweat, or is that part of his wig that's sticking out on the front of his forehead right there?
It's part of his wig.
Yeah.
Right, to answer the question, it is
it
his
though?
wig.
Yeah.
I'm gonna freeze frame this shit when we're done.
Yeah.
I need to believe. I'm holding out.
You can't see it in that.
Oh, God. When he,
dude.
Just poke.
Fuck.
You can do a poke.
Oh. Dude, the guy just stabbed you. Just say.
Yeah, tell him the
Just
thing.
tell him what's going on.
Stop being cryptic and don't get stabbed anymore.
He's going for that best supporting actor role.
No. To the man who was stabbed.
So, fun little fact. Here we see a flaming skull bandana placed over Nick Cage's eye.
Oh my god.
Ghost Rider.
Easter
Jesus
egg.
Christ.
No, it's not flaming. Never
Regular
mind.
type skull.
Just the skull. That's okay.
Stone
It's
cold
close
skull.
enough.
Like,
I mean, this movie is basically What If Mandy, but more magic.
Right.
This is also the part where they're like, not only you can be the Terminator, you get to be Snake Plissken too.
Right.
He was like, I'm sold.
Which
Where do I
Call
sign?
me Milton.
He'd be a pretty good Snake Plissken.
yeah,
Yeah.
the potential. If the acting that was generated for Mandy could be done again, yes.
Yeah.
So interesting point now. Has Nick Cage done a pirate movie before?
Nope. Not that I can think of.
Fertile Ground, methinks.
No, he's not. The closest would be that. What's that movie where he's an admiral in the Navy?
Oh, did it come out recently?
Yeah.
About Japan and the Pacific?
Maybe.
USS Indianapolis, maybe?
Yes, that's what it is.
God, you guys should do that one. Oh, that is such a horrible movie. And not because of Nick Cage. It's just...
I believe that.
He's one of the better parts of that movie, but it is an amazing B movie. You could do it.
The pickup truck driver looks like a doughy American Simon Pegg.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff.
He's another great actor.
Yeah. He's real good.
Here he shows up, though, and talks about... He gets freaked out because he carried Milton's casket.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, fuck it.
I guess you're alive.
I also liked how that previous scene was shot, with Webster's reflection in the mirror. You can see him holding up the gun. That was a good shot. Snake and Arnold. So, yeah, he's healing up pretty well. I don't know when we get the up-close shot of the... That's now. So this looks really good, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks great.
Yeah. I do like the little, miscolored eye. This was what I was expecting, him to, blink out the bullet or something like that.
Yeah.
Emo.
Or, sneeze it out.
Yeah. Just, pop it out of one nostril. Just, shoot it out like a snot rocket.
Yeah. I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
Big thought for her character so far.
He has more plaid. He is the alpha dog in this scene.
I feel like this is the guy who's the bad guy in Suburbia. I'm going to double check that. To the interweb!
Does he have a knee brace on, or does he have some kind of
it's a knee brace.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
You see it once or twice.
Yeah.
In full.
I was trying to figure that out when I was watching it the first time, because I was like, is that a knee brace, or is that some kind of holster. Mad Max style tool holster that he has?
Nope, just a knee brace.
I'm a black thumb.
It's got a shotgun and forceps attached to it.
I love how he's just staring forlornly at that fire barrel.
Yep. I miss home.
Missing home? See, when you're like me, and I'm not suggesting really you should do this, but you start with just watching all these Nick Cage movies, you just start to think of him as kind of one character moving through all the movies.
Wow.
And it just makes it way funnier. The lines get blurred.
So do you have a Cage chronology?
What do you mean by that?
Well, do all of his... If he's one character moving through all the movies, does it happen in a natural sequence?
We have discussed that a few times, of kind of making a crazy pinboard web,
how it makes sense, going through the movies.
Yes, we've definitely discussed that, but no, I don't have one.
Yep. So yeah, Webster, the guy who plays it, David Morse, is the bad guy from Disturbia, and he's probably a face that most people have seen in a lot of movies. One of those.
He does look familiar.
Yeah.
I just think he looks like doughy American Simon Pegg.
I finally caught the bracing at the bottom of that. I didn't see that the first time we were watching it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of exposition in this movie.
Yeah, that's why it's an hour and 40-some minutes.
And that's where the movie kind of shows its, B-moviness, is that there are ways to do exposition that are engaging and entertaining, and this is not it.
I mean, as much as I was kind of meh about the flashbacks, they're better than yet another standing around and explaining what's going on.
Yep.
And also, Sweet Tooth Stout, a nice little tie-in to Driving Angry.
Oh, yeah.
This is a pretty hardcore origin story.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Someone needs to drive angrily now.
That's
Hey, let's just be glad this movie doesn't make us want to drink angrily.
Yeah. Fair.
So I'm not going to tell you what it was, but this movie put some foreshadowing in that you wouldn't think would be foreshadowing.
That was the Nick Cage. That was the sound Nick Cage was making.
That's a Tim Allen noise.
Yeah. Speaking of Tim Allen noises and
boy.
Nicolas Cageisms, there is a video online of every laugh Nick Cage has done in every one of his movies, circa like 2014, in one video. It's like
One
14 minutes long.
Oh boy.
There is also a compilation of every Tim Allen noise Tim Allen ever made during Home Improvement.
Yes, I have seen that one.
That's amazing.
It's also like 15 or 16 minutes long.
What a world.
If you watch either of them, you become like the Kwisatz Haderach or something like that.
So this came out post Gone in 60 Seconds by what?
Like a decade.
Yeah.
This is
right?
2011.
Yeah,
Gone in 60 Seconds
okay.
was 2001.
Gone in 60 Seconds was the first movie I saw Angelina Jolie in.
Yeah, she has a small part in that movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She is the closest thing that movie has to a female lead.
Yeah.
That's a good
Also,
one.
yeah, first Angelina Jolie movie. Wait, yeah, I didn't see Hackers until maybe a year or two later.
Hackers!
That I find Gone in 60 Seconds very boring.
It's a lot of setup for the last like half an hour.
Yeah.
I've never seen the original of it though. I think that was a Michael. Was it Michael Caine in that, or was it The Italian Job that he was originally in?
I want to say Italian Job,
I
but
think
I'm
it's
not
Italian
sure.
Job.
Yeah, I'm not going to take the experienced, hardened man with the shotgun with me. I'm going to take the reckless.
He
Girl.
knows she can kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When times get hard, I get kicking. Guess
Oh,
she
she's
smokes
smoking.
now? Bad for your health, lady.
Apparently she just keeps like coming up with rings too.
They multiply.
That one looks like a ring pop. It's huge.
It's one of those.
Ring pops.
No. One or two. It probably could have like poison dust in it. Like you open up the clasp and like the poison dust falls into someone's wine.
Or it could be a ring pop.
Or it could be a ring pop.
Right.
I like my idea better.
Please start driving.
Right.
Please drive angry.
Drive.
Drive angry.
Explode. Like at this point, just having the accountant just read the phone book would have been fine with me.
Yes. 7 months, 5 years, 2 years, 3 months, 5.
Yeah, right. Just give me the dates on everybody. That's a great idea, Max. And also occasionally just saying this son of a bitch in his very mocking tone.
Sometimes I can like Exposition. One of my favorite Nick Cage movies is City of Angels with Meg Ryan.
Oh no.
Love story.
I like how the cops just out of nowhere just find him.
City of Angels.
It's because King calls it in.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. They didn't know he was driving a Chevelle though.
Right.
Yeah, he was hanging out on top of the
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
He filled them in,
silo.
yeah.
He called it
Okay.
Yeah, City of Angels had that one song that was really popular, right? From the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah.
I do want the
Like, I don't want the world to see me.
in. Yeah.
They wrote that song for the soundtrack.
Yeah.
It also debuted Sarah McLachlan in The Arms of an Angel.
Oh, really?
Gosh.
Oh,
It's
boy.
yikes.
I love that movie. We played it for an Uncaged and it did not go over well though.
No?
Yeah.
It's just not a movie for a drunk rowdy crowd.
That's fair. I think that's a fair assessment.
Makes sense, yeah.
The guy on the left, right over there, it just cracks me up how angry he looks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grandpa Perlman is ready to kill people.
Yep. Now we see him switch over to a Chevelle, and he's being pursued by a bunch of Crown Vics. I like how the eye is slowly getting back to its original coloration.
Right. Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I like how like little motivation Amber Heard's character has to actually follow the Cage throughout the
Yeah.
movie. She's like, oh yeah, I got something to do now.
I guess.
She's been waiting all her life, waiting tables, waiting on a man.
I mean, it's no Florida, but it's something.
Yeah. When he first said "I'm sorry," I was waiting for him to like push her out of the car.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Yeah.
They do work in the word drive into a lot of pivotal moments in this movie. Like, just keep driving.
This was the most ridiculous thing of the movie.
And look at how bad it looks, though. Like, it is ridiculous.
Oh, it's bad.
Him just humming inside of that truck.
This is unexpected as he speaks for the audience.
Yep.
So that looks, I mean, that's fine. That's real. Practical.
That is terrible.
Wow.
What?
But like the
Why
intro,
are the cars exploding?
yeah, and the weird thing, and again, this is super nitpicky, but when the semi first showed up, the very first shot, like the resolution is bad. Like it's grainy,
Yep.
and that's a
I do
sweet
like that.
shot.
Yeah.
It looks terrible, but it's sweet.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a little bit left in this bottle. You homies want in on this?
I'm good.
Homies?
Go for it, Ryan.
All right.
Bad CG.
Bad.
Bad CG.
Oh, oof.
Very bad.
Look at that, fellas. That's disappointing.
It's like
Oh.
Birdemic level bad CGI.
You're not really exaggerating.
I'm not.
Again, here they just look at each other in the
What's
car.
up, brah?
There's a lot of these longing looks through the car right there. He did fix his boo boo.
All right.
Yep. He stitched himself up.
I would like to think, and maybe I'll text Megan Amram on Twitter, but I'd like to think that the idea for the Good Place came from this movie with the accountant.
Yeah.
That Michael is based on this
Michael's
character.
based on this character.
His shoot out his tires.
Yeah, what?
I love that little that little joke.
Yeah.
When I say shoot out the tires, I mean shoot them in the head.
Well.
That FBI badge is as legitimate as any of the ones you've given us in Delta Green, Max.
Yup.
Yep. He passed his persuade.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
Ooh.
you're fucking weird, bro. Some nice clean little stitches there in his face. And then stand up. You put your left foot in.
Right foot, left stomp. Left foot, left stomp. I like how it's 2011 and everyone has very, very old phones.
The lean in right there.
Yeah,
Just the
he's
lean
good.
in to
They're
hear
listening to the phone
the
call.
phone call.
Okay, I want to examine that very short thing for a moment here, because the lean in is not for the accountant's benefit; it's to intimidate the police officer.
Yeah,
right?
oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
It's also for our enjoyment.
All the above.
Oh yeah, this is the jam.
Yeah, this movie's soundtrack is all over the place. Like sometimes it's actually kind of good.
This sounds really familiar, but I can't place
Yeah.
it.
And the tone of this song matches very much the tone of that whole freeway scene just now, with the ridiculousness of the accountant and what the music he was listening to.
Yeah, that's the
That's the
JC and Sunshine Man. Stillwater Prison, where they brew Stillwater artisanal ale.
Probably.
That's one of the things that I do like with the movie, when he's just like, she's like, where are you going? He's like, I'm going to Louisiana. Can you drop me there? Which is like a ridiculous notion, right?
Like
it is ironic.
take me to Ohio.
It is ironically not specific enough, because you could, but not broad enough, because you could be like, where are you going? Oh, I'm going to go east. And he's like, all right, that sounds good. I need to go east also. And you're like, all right, that's a general direction. That's pretty decent,
Yeah.
right? Or you could be like, I'm going to Jacksonville.
Right.
And it's like, okay, that's a place. But
That's on the way. Yeah,
Louisiana is large. Like, it's not
And
just like,
oddly shaped,
but
like a
it's not like-
sideways Michigan.
yeah, but it's a shoe.
Yeah.
So,
Different appendage.
but it's one of those things where it's not like,
Yeah.
there's no beneficial place where he could just take you to Louisiana. Like, all of it is not quite useful.
They should just follow the salmon of Capistrano.
Really?
You drove a sixth of the way across the country in the wrong direction. Anyway, different movie.
That
Much better
said,
movie.
mind you, the only freeway that comes close that would come out of Colorado would be I-40. The other ones you'd have to go further south, though they are more convenient to get to Florida.
Thank you, Mr. Google Maps.
Spooky.
Ooh.
I have your female lead.
This movie makes me want to go on like a William Fichtner binge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tell it, accountant. Huh.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, these have been some fine, darker, easy drinking beers.
Yes, I've really enjoyed these.
Yeah, perfect for this time
Score,
of year.
buddy.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, glory be to these beers. Thank you.
This is a great interaction
Yeah.
between these two. And part of it's just because he's such a good actor.
Yeah.
Nick Cage?
Cage or Faulkner?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yes. Does that count as unbuckling? I don't know. I just took it off.
So I think I was talking to you guys before this started. I went through Nick Cage's filmography and was trying to be like, where did it go sideways as far as being from like Academy Award nominated films to direct to DVD nonsense?
Was he
And
in the movie Sideways?
No, that's Aaron Eckhart you're thinking of.
Okay.
You're thinking of the Spike Jonze adaptation, probably.
But I think it's after Wicker Man.
What a great movie.
Well, yeah.
A lot of people attribute it to his bankruptcy when he had to start making movies for money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Which
I
makes
said,
sense,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, really, in a lot of ways, like, Con Air is fun, but it's really rough. That's not.
Yeah, but that was the same year as Face Off.
Fucking
Face Off.
Off.
Yeah, but
Dude.
but still, it's Con Air. I mean, that's the put the bunny down is like a meme.
Put the
for how
bunny
bad
down.
It is.
I don't know. Yeah, it's an all right movie. Like, there's other parts in that movie that make it fun, though. Like,
It's a completely
like
fun
Steve
movie.
Buscemi, like Garland Green's
Yeah.
character is super fucking creepy.
But like from a
John
going
Malkovich,
a
Cyrus
going
the
down
Virus.
perspective, like
Yeah,
his,
yeah.
like Cage's career.
Yeah.
Because I like I said, I looked it up. The Rock is a it's a Bay movie before Bay got like too Bay.
Yeah.
Like that. But
I
that-
was surprised by that.
That was like that was like a blockbuster action movie for that.
Oh, it's got
year.
Sean
It was-
Connery in it.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah. I mean, that was it wasn't
That's
an
a
Academy
solid
movie,
flick.
but it's a solid movie. And then Con Air came out. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, weirdly, Con Air is, I think, the only Nick Cage movie I've seen where he actually just got big for a role. Like, he was pretty big in Con Air.
yeah, he's buff in
Yeah.
that movie.
He's wearing wife beater for most of that.
He didn't need CG abs like he did in
CG.
Ghost Rider.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Not trying to dig on you, Nick. I mean, I don't have any abs, but just saying.
I don't think anyone in this room has abs currently.
Mm-mm.
No.
I mean,
Nope.
we all have abs. They're just not visible.
Oh, you know what I mean.
I thought it was kind of amazing. Nicolas Cage was interviewed about Face Off, and he said that after that movie, he realized he was truly famous because he didn't know that you could do an impression of him before that when he watched John Travolta do an impression of him.
Wow. That's,
Oh.
And I was like, you could always do an impression of you, man. But
I
I mean,
like
I
the
get what you're
part
saying,
of Nicolas Cage being John Travolta being Nicolas Cage. Like, I'm Xander Cruz or whatever, or whatever his name is.
I'm a dude playing a dude. This guy's
Castor
another
Troy.
dude.
Castor Troy. Yes, thank you.
This is a hell of a cult.
Yep.
Yeah. Good cult.
That's interesting. That Shelley Duvall comment, Max. Really, yeah, I agree. And again, but it's much of it's her shirt and it's her hair,
Yep.
and a little bit in the features.
They are overdoing it on the Instagram filter in this scene.
Okay, votes. Do we think this guy's accent is real?
No.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Jesus.
Jesus. Do you guys hear something that sounds like a very loud automobile?
Yeah.
Do you hear something that sounds like it's angry?
Yeah, right.
And could be
The
driving?
car just drove through a prison wall.
Yep.
Those are some pretty good effects of him just crushing those people over
Right.
there, too.
Yep.
This movie does a good job of cars hitting people. Welp. This movie has a lot of people on fire.
Yeah,
Yep.
they do.
None of them are setting
Yep.
world records, of course.
No.
No.
Amateurs.
And the entire theme, obviously, of this year's UnCaged is fire.
Right.
Yes.
Who holds a gun like that?
Oh.
Oh, this asshole. Brr. Quick shot.
Dagger on loan from Thulsa Doom.
Yeah. Why?
Whoops.
Why would you do that?
It seems like you chose poorly.
Yeah.
And this is the cop, actually, from earlier.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Oh, Jesus. Again,
Goes up on 3 wheels to hit a guy.
Right.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I very much want to see this movie in 3D, but is the whole thing shot in 3D, or would it only have been a few parts?
I think it's just a few parts, because this is 2011, so this is very early. Things are in 3D. Like, here, obviously, stuff in 3D.
Right.
Kills them with his coin /
Yep.
badge.
Ah, he got clever girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Clever girl.
I really wanted to have dynamite right there. And just like throw dynamite out of the, out of
Whoop,
the
whoop, whoop,
window.
whoop. Pew pew. 3D bullets.
3D
Pew pew.
bullets.
Pew pew.
Like Max Payne bullets.
Yeah.
It's such
Max
a weird movie
Payne.
to want to make in 3D, too, because, like, normally you want to make something kids can watch because they love that kind of trickery.
Yeah.
But this is, like,
I'm trying to think of, like, the movies I've saw in 3D that were worth seeing in 3D. Tron Legacy
That was a good one.
was something worth
Pacific
seeing in 3D.
Rim.
Pacific Rim's awesome.
I mean, honestly,
Judge Dredd. Jimmy Dredd.
Avatar was worthwhile.
Oh,
seeing
yeah.
3D.
That's
Yeah.
clear. Right.
That was really the first movie that started to use 3D in non like cheesy ways, because Dredd came out after Avatar, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
That was
And then-
2012.
Yeah, and then Dredd did a great job with it too.
I went and saw Dredd opening night, and there were like 15 people in the theater.
That movie is so good.
I should watch it again. I have it, but I thought I gave it to Randy, another friend of the podcast.
Oh, there's a naked lady.
Just randomly naked. There's so many naked people in this. Like, there's a beer case full of C4.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice. Nice and chilled.
I like how he was like, damn it, I kicked open the wrong one.
It's a hell of a shotgun.
At
Auto
first,
shot-
when I saw that, I
auto
wanted that to be a
shotgun.
grenade launcher.
Yeah.
Like, he's like ready to like joust with his car.
Right. That's
His-
kind of a cool shot,
His
actually.
fingernails are so creepy too.
Yeah.
They just add to it.
Oh,
That
yes.
shot.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Yes, this is what it's all
so
about.
good. It really is in a lot of ways. Like, okay, so we saw this movie called Drive Angry. We want to make almost the same movie, Nick, but what if the whole movie was just the last scene and then Mandy was made?
Yeah.
Everything in Mandy after the toilet freakout scene is just like absolute like Nick Cage porno.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's so
yeah.
good.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, because that movie is very slow up until the bathroom.
The bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, visually, there's some great scenes before that when they do the face dissolve,
so
which originally Cage was going to be Jeremiah Sand, or that's what he wanted to be, because he kind of grew up as being like that California weird guy or whatnot.
that fucking gun.
Got shot with the Neon Genesis Evangelion gun.
Good.
Then a giant cross appears.
So, I posit that if that gun destroys your soul, that guy was going to hell, and he's better now.
He goes
Like, she gave him relief.
yeah. I mean, I guess it depends if you go by the whole like you go to limbo and the limbo of.
She just destroys him. Like he no longer exists. And
He
it
goes
seems
to
to be better to
oblivion.
not exist than to suffer for eternity.
Eh. Eh.
She did him a favor.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Man, nice little Jonestown scene here.
Love that. That line's great.
I actually looked away. What did he say?
Well, this has gone to shit.
Yeah.
So he's
Sing it in the rain. Starts kicking him.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Deep cut, Max.
Getting beaten with his daughter's femur.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's basically just fucking creepy Keith Richards. Is how he's playing this.
Ugh.
Blouse billowing in the wind.
Burp, burp, burp. So really, the only cult member to survive is the Shelley Duvall-ish.
Yeah,
lady
Shelley Duvall,
with
yeah.
the baby.
I mean, he purposely didn't kill her, right?
Nick Cage, you mean?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
of
of course, because she has the baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but she hasn't chosen to flee or anything. I mean, it's plot convenience, but you know.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna beat you to death with what's left of your daughter.
Yeah.
That's fucking grim, man.
Yeah.
So Cage is being fucking wailed on with that cane.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like a weird film grain change there. I don't know. Boop, boop. Knock, knock. Wanted to bop him on the head.
I think, I don't know, Jonah King is just chewing the scenery very well here from like a villain perspective of,
Yeah.
just like he does a good job of just being a character you want to hate.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a nice exaggeration of kind of who he is earlier in the movie, too. Like, he's a little subdued compared to this, anyway.
Yeah,
It feels like.
but you feel he's really in his element here.
That element is poo.
Blah, 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 blah,
Blah,
blah,
blah.
blah, blah.
Narcissism,
Postulating.
God complex.
There you are.
Hey,
He
there's
missed
the
you.
Yeah, the wink. Oh, he's so good.
Whoops.
Oh,
The fucking
like,
slide back.
like when you throw the holy hand grenade and
Awesome.
worms.
And worms.
God, that is so bad.
Dude, look at that shit.
Wow.
That's some PlayStation 1 nonsense right there.
Oh, it is.
This
That's
is
like
the
straight out
payoff.
of medieval.
Yeah. Like I said, the Evangelion bullet.
Oof.
And this is perfect. I mean,
Right, because he talks about this earlier.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
the
I wanna-
foreshadowing I was talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah,
The foreshadowing
drink,
you
drink the
didn't
beer
think
out of
was-
his skull.
You
I was
didn't
like,
think
yeah.
was actual foreshadowing.
Here's the thing, though. When that original line happened the first time I watched this the other day, I was like, this movie is ridiculous enough that they're going to make it
Yep.
happen.
Yeah.
Yep. I have that written down here in my little notes here. It's like, yep, I know what's coming. I'd be disappointed if they didn't.
They should have just named his first name. Just should have been Bradley. They should have gotten it over with.
Wait, what?
Milton Bradley?
No, John Milton, the author
bad-
of Paradise Lost, you fool.
It's a bad board game joke.
I hope you guys can hear this.
I'm sure they can.
You can hit him all you want. John Milton does not deserve this movie.
No, he doesn't.
Twist here. If Nick Cage got the baby, he's like, oh no, wrong baby.
Whoop, into the fire.
Accountant took my baby. Sorry, a lot of that joke today.
Ominous. Yeah.
So the accountant is kneeling down, handing the baby.
oh, the accountant
Wouldn't
has
it
a
be great
heart.
if the accountant just leaned down and was like, 2 minutes.
Just looks at his watch, just looking at Nick Cage.
No, but like looks at Nick Cage and looks at the baby. Nick Cage is just like, uh-oh. Who are you talking to, man? Who are you talking to?
Focus.
Oh well.
I miss Billy Burke already.
Bye bye, Billy.
So we've got just a little bit left of this movie, and it's January, so we got some Hopslam. So we're drinking Hopslam now.
Yeah, he showed up. Webster.
Mr. Webb.
Oh yeah, this is a good one.
Justin, you said this is your first time having it?
Yes.
What do
Always
you
heard
think?
about it.
Hmm.
So we opened a can of Hopslam.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yep.
None of us are drunk yet, I don't think.
No.
It may sound like it. So Nick Cage is, spoiler alert, pretending to die here.
Oh, yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, I would assume after, being shot multiple times, that just kind of being beaten with a bone isn't going to kill him. Unless he's, like, vulnerable to bone. Like, that's, like, what gets around his hell regeneration powers.
The element he's weak against. The bones of a loved one.
Bones of a loved one.
It's super effective.
Yeah.
Right. So Nick Cage has convinced Amber Heard that she needs to take care of Nick Cage's granddaughter.
This is your problem now.
Right. This
Hey,
is
you have no idea who I am. Let's go live together.
Yep.
With a baby.
The baby and just a grandbaby to a person that's from hell.
Yep.
In the middle of Oklahoma.
Right.
Or no,
Louisiana.
they're in Louisiana now.
Yeah.
They met. Well, where did they meet him? They met him in Oklahoma, didn't they?
Something like that.
It kind of becomes
Nebulous.
Yeah.
between Oklahoma and Louisiana, which is true to say for most.
The South. They're in the South.
The South.
I do like that tree.
Good tree.
Neat
Which
tree.
I assume is just like any given tree in Louisiana.
Let's talk about this tree.
Great.
Hey!
Yeah, drink it out of the
Drink beer out of
skull.
that skull.
Drink.
Why don't we have skulls to drink out of?
I was just gonna say, let's get some skull
Yeah,
goblets.
all right, some skull goblets on the list.
I feel like he's drinking
Goals.
Shiner Bock.
Goals post cleaning out the fridge for this year.
Scoblets.
Scoblets.
Goblets.
You can't kill that man.
So I have a friend who works at Rust Belt Market who makes like jewelry out of bones. Maybe we could commission her to make us like drinking vessels out of bones.
That sounds like money well spent to me.
Yep.
And I like that they're just kind of like good cop, bad cop. They're buddy copying it here at the
They're
end.
Yeah.
buddies.
That really old Chevy. So the way this movie kind of ends, the two of them get into this car and drive off into the hell set. I would totally watch a sequel of the two of them being like hell's bounty hunters and being like, Hitler escaped. You need to go
Right.
catch him.
Yeah.
I'm doing
Wotan.
one more job for you, Lucifer, and then I'm done.
Yeah. He keeps the skull. It's so good.
Yeah.
And like the accountant having genuine joy here of being like,
Yeah.
this was fun.
Yeah, I was like, this was
So
neat.
That's why I'm like, I would watch just a movie of those two just driving around the U.S.
Also, he just alluded that he was in the hole in hell. So, like, not
He's in, like,
only was he
solitary?
in hell, but he got to put in, like, solitary.
Yeah. But like the most bad part of hell.
Oh, this is awesome, man.
This is so fucking terrible.
It looks
like
terrible.
deliciously bad.
The car looks terrible. Everything else looks good. Like that looks really cool.
Fucking
Is this,
bootleg Bruce Springsteen.
Playing us out?
What?
Is this Tenacious D playing us out?
It feels that way. That would be appropriate.
I know Nick Cage's son's band does a song in the end credits.
Oh really?
Yep.
Oh,
Wow.
no way. Weston Cage's band?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Well. And now just red filter highway.
3D credits.
Yep.
Oh, the letters are written in your face.
Very angry credits. So that wraps up Drive Angry. Let's bring this home with View Again, Brew Again. Jim Thorpe.
Yes. That's yes to everying.
Okay.
I'll go through the
Okay.
reviews. I actually liked the Sweet Tooth the most out of everything from Frankenmuth. I'm not gonna throw Hopslam in there because Hopslam's its own.
It's a separate category.
It's its own thing, right? It's
a we didn't
And
need to drink
we-
this beer today.
yeah, and we've
but
talked at length about
it's
it
a yearly
before.
thing for us, and we
Yeah.
just this thing is what I think 12 days ago it was canned.
Yeah,
so.
it's a yearly release. That's a different story. That I am not typically a big lactose stout guy,
Mhm.
and that was really good. That I was super surprised by that. I really enjoyed that. And then the Rummelstiltskin. I enjoyed that. That was solid, but the Sweet Tooth really blew me away. And View Again, yeah, this is... I think this is like on the GBBV scale of like good movies to the left, bad movies you don't want to watch to the right. This is like that sweet spot right in the middle where it's like, this is a bad movie, but you will watch it time and time and time again because it is so ridiculous. It's fun. It keeps going. It's not like the only boring parts in some ways are the exposition parts,
right?
Like when they're actually explaining the plot, which is kind of dumb because we usually complain that there's not enough plot. But like, I need plot in a different way than just like talking about it.
Oh, I've escaped from hell to catch the guy who killed my daughter. And
like that's good enough. Just go. Just drive fast.
Just drive angry. Drive angry while you're explaining that. Don't stand off onto the road, staring into the fire.
So, and the last thing, these credits are nowhere near quick enough to be driving angry right now.
Right.
This is like grandma on Sunday driving.
No, this is just uber normal. Is that speed? All right.
Yeah, and this is the song from his from Nick Cage's son's band.
That's pretty cool though. Like that's very cool.
Yeah.
Nick
Good
Cage's
on you, Nick.
son is awesome. I follow him on Instagram, Twitter.
Oh, really?
I reach out to him every year. Weston, try to tell him what's up.
That's awesome, dude.
Awesome.
But
what up, Weston?
You gotta
come on the show.
You gotta look at the classic picture of Weston and Nick Cage and Weston's mom, who I think is some actress, a blonde lady, together, and Weston's in his full black metal makeup. And it's like the most fucked up family photo you'll ever see.
I'm gonna look.
Man with wig. Man with wig.
Are you serious?
Yes, man with wig.
All right, so that tells it. It's a wig. My hopes have been dashed. Fine.
But yeah, I would watch this movie again. I'm gonna watch it again February 23.
Yeah, man.
I like it. It's a great movie. The exposition can be a bit much, but it's just so corny. It's just like so perfectly of its time with cheesiness that like it's great. And I'll be drinking the beers again as well.
For true.
I'll go next.
Okay. Bogey.
Aside from the Hopslam, which I'm not gonna rate because duh. I actually like Rummelstiltskin a lot. There was a lot of flavor in that beer for being so light and easy drinking. The Sweet Tooth was like we've been saying, a lot of booze in the nose but not in the mouth, which was very surprising because I'm not the biggest fan of the bourbon barrel stout and such, but this one was fine. The lactose on the end I think really kind of mellowed it out and made it pretty light. I actually thought the Sweet Tooth Stout was a little boozier than the Rummelstiltskin Porter, which despite being a full like 1% ABV lower. As far as watching this, I'm very much looking forward to seeing this on big screen in a theater with a bunch of Nick Cage fans. It's going to be an experience, I think.
Should we bring coins to like throw at the screen?
That's
every time he flips it
just
not a bad
coins,
idea.
Coins, whatever.
We encourage all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, by the time this movie's on, there's not going to be a lot of memories.
All right, Ryan.
Oh, man. So I'm going to go yes to everything as well. I'm going to start with the beers, though. I very much, again, just kind of ignoring Hopslam for these comments, but I really like both the things that Justin brought from Frankenmuth, and I'm not just saying that because you're from.
You brought us beers for free.
That'd be
no.
awkward
Like honestly, I like them both very much. I found myself wanting to drink more of the Rumpelstiltskin or whatever. For no real reason other than that's the feeling that I have. But yeah, I like them both really well. They're both really balanced. Just extra solid beers. Yeah, very good. And for the movie, yeah, man, so this movie had been on the list, I think, for the list in quotes for a while. I feel like.
Yeah, I think so. It was one of those movies that like I had heard of but never had watched.
Yeah,
people were like, oh yeah, this was an actual semi-decent 3D film.
Yeah, and I remember seeing like posters for this movie and stuff, and just thinking that it looked so terrible, I didn't want to waste my time with it. And
yeah, the poster is very generic.
It's really bad. And my boss actually, excuse me, he had recommended this movie to me. He knows about the podcast. He's like, you guys just watch this thing, and I had absolutely no idea what I was in for. when I sat down and watched this movie, because this, given just the poster, which is really all that I knew, which was a picture of like Nick Cage and Amber Heard in a car with a gun, like that doesn't get you anywhere with what unfolds for this fucking film.
No, not at all.
That could be any generic early aughts or excuse me, early teens action movie.
Exactly. It's just super generic, and I love what this movie did a lot of times. I wanted to ping kind of James and Max more for this. It has a lot of gallows walkers in it, and what I mean by that is that there are some very cool concepts. Like there are a lot of ideas here that I find fascinating, and I would love to see more of.
The accountant is such a cool idea.
We talked about the accountant and stuff, and like that's super cool, and that's very much up my alley. And there's a lot of fun that this movie has, and I think where this movie kind of shines to me is it is self-aware most of the time in what it's doing, and it's just like, yeah, man, fuck it, this is what we're doing, and it's fun. I might end up buying this if there's a 3D disc of this. My projector will do 3D movies, and we can watch this shit in 3D.
Oh man,
just saying, you guys.
So there it is, Drive Angry by Weston Cage.
There it is, man. Justin's got.
Can
the
we
hookup.
buy that on iTunes?
Dude,
I'm gonna figure it out for the
yeah.
festival. We might be playing it.
Whip out that PayPal, man.
Well, one way or the other, we'll find it.
Yeah. I ended up very much liking this movie, and I'm glad that I did. It's slash end rant.
So, in the many films that Nick Cage has made, in 2018, he had 8 of them. 2 of them, which you were just doing voices for, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and Teen Titans Go.
Which are some of the best movies I think I've seen this year, by the way.
Where do you think this falls within Nick Cage's filmography? Like, is it like one of like his really good ones to you? Is it one of his just like abysmal ones? Is it somewhere in the middle? Like, where does it fall for you as far as his acting, the quality of the movie, or just in enjoyment in general?
I think it falls right in the dead center of the GBBV continuity.
It's pretty center-ish, I think.
Of just a bad movie that's a ton of fun.
Yeah.
In terms of my specific, like, where I think it falls in Nick Cage's, it's weird because I consider it an all-time classic just because it's so corny. It's so ridiculous.
And it leans into it, though. It's so good.
But my favorite parts about it are almost the aesthetics. Like, just how, like, 2000s-ish, like, aughts. Even though I know it's I was surprised to learn it was 2011. I thought it would be earlier.
Right.
But I just love how the corny all the aesthetics look. It's weird because I rate it as one of the best Cage movies, but it doesn't have even like any good Cage freakouts.
Yeah,
which is bizarre because most good bad Cage movies have a ton of freakouts.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I lost my hand. I lost my bride.
Amazing.
Johnny has his hand. Johnny has his bride. Sorry, I had to finish it.
Max is Nick Cage tonight.
And yeah, I mean it's still up there though. It's still up there. Like this was a no-brainer for us to play this year just because it has some awesome one-liners. Like we missed my favorite line ever, which is like, "What are they gonna do? Not let me back in?"
Yeah, which is a great fucking line though. It's
so,
real good.
Do you think part of that is that even though he doesn't have any freakouts, like he's consistently cagey through the whole movie?
Yeah.
As opposed to something like that we did earlier, which is we did The Trust.
Oh, The Trust, yeah.
Which is a movie that we
It's two different movies.
It's 2 different movies. Like The Trust is like it's kind of like a heist movie at the beginning and kind of interesting, and then it gets to like
super dark,
it goes super
thriller.
dark. And, like, he becomes super cagey when it becomes super dark. But the front end, he's, like, it feels like he's trying to actually, both him and
Elijah
Wood are trying to, like, very much be in their roles at that point. Like, they're not being themselves. They're being in their roles. And then it gets ridiculous and really dark. Whereas this, he's just kind of having fun through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, maybe that kind of, is that part of it?
I think so. Yeah, this one he's still in his hot streak. He's still more in his prime. I was really worried for a while because I'm a true fan, and probably from like 2013 until 2018, 2017, he was just doing these nothing movies, and he just wasn't even overacting. He wasn't doing his usual thing. Like so there would be moments of brilliance, but like I was still happy that he was making a ton of movies every year, but I was starting to lose a little faith up until Mandy, and it just
so
restored it
Mandy's
all, man.
an achievement, though,
and he
dude.
just released another new one that was great. I saw it at Cinema Detroit. I forget what it's called, but it's horrible. It's bad, but
was
great.
it the 211 one?
No, it's even newer than that. Oh my god! I forget
He
what it's
has
called.
like 4 or 5.
He's
coming
been
out in
busy.
2019. Yeah, Nick Cage definitely had a lot of movies coming out in these last couple years. Maybe he needs money. I don't know.
I loved him in Spider-Verse. He's so much fun in
Oh,
Spider-Verse.
yeah,
dude, he's
but,
great.
His thing with me.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
After we saw Mandy, they had like a half an hour Q&A with Nick Cage and
the director.
Panos Cosmatos and the actor who played Jeremiah Sand, whose name I cannot recall at the moment, moderated by Kevin Smith. And Nick Cage talks about how he met Elijah Wood while making The Trust, who knew Panos Cosmatos, and that's what got him to do Mandy.
Okay.
So that's like a weird little like
Yeah.
connection between those two movies or whatnot.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know, The Trust was like some Sundance film, which was, but you know, had some interesting things going on, but ultimately, you know,
you never know where life takes you. That's the
yeah.
bullet point there.
Yeah.
We need to find that Q&A. Did they release it online yet?
I don't
That's
know.
a good question. I wonder if it's on
Someone
the disc.
had a
You
copy
got-
of it for the Mandy screening.
Paula
so
wouldn't
we
let
should
us
talk to
see
Paula.
it. She signed a waiver or something that she could only show it once. Like it was a big deal to her.
Huh.
Really?
But
Is
it was there were so many gems in there. Like when they asked him a role he hasn't played that he wanted to play, he said the ocean.
Yeah, Lemaire.
Lemaire.
Oh, yeah, no, he wanted to.
Yeah,
he
be
wanted
called
to
the
play Captain-
Lemaire.
He wanted to play Captain Nemo because I've always had a love for the ocean or Lemaire. Even before my parents, I loved the ocean.
And he was dressed, head to toe in fucking gold leather.
Yeah, his gold leather jacket,
that
his
was
red
amazing.
wraparound sunglasses, and it was just phenomenal.
So Max, you have the Mandy Blu-ray. Is that on there? Maybe.
No, it's not, unfortunately.
That's disappointing.
I'm gonna have to do some hunting.
Interesting.
So, but yeah.
Oh, Nick Cage.
Yes, no Nick Cage.
Whose real name is Nicolas Coppola, right?
Yes.
So,
Related to
son of
Francis
Francis Ford Coppola, right? And he wanted to change his name and kind of distance himself from an established Hollywood figure. Is my understanding.
That's a pretty common thing from
right.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that wraps up another episode of Good Brews Bad Views. We hope you've had a good time listening to us ramble for about 2 hours now about Nick Cage and his various movies and some very fine beer from the Farmington Brewing Company.
That's
we
accurate.
hope that you'll come out to Nicolas UnCaged the 6th time this year on February 23rd and watch some bad movies with us, drink some drinks with us, maybe see a guy get lit on fire. Who knows what'll happen?
And that's just at the podcast.
Definitely.
We'll be hanging out. Maybe we'll try recording some verbiage from some people saying things about Nick Cage movies and beers and whatnot, and we'll see if that happens or what we can do about that. That'd be fun.
Let's see what shakes down.
Yeah. But until then, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at GBBV Podcast or Good Brews Bad Views. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, or wherever fine podcasts are found. We have some stuff up on YouTube, if that's a fine way for you to listen to our podcast. And as always, please watch
And drink.
Responsibly.
Justin, anything for the folks as we sign off here tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Just Nicolas Cage is a worthwhile rabbit hole to get into.
Right,
and
just
go
dive
down.
in, man. Just trust fall way
I'm
down
telling
in
you.
there.
Get on IMDb, start wherever you want, and if you're in the Metro Detroit area, come to Nicolas UnCaged.
They can follow Farmington Brewery on Farmington.
Oh yeah.
Frankenmuth
Brewery.
Frankenmuth.
Definitely follow Frankenmuth Brewery on Instagram, Facebook. If you want to go to Frankenmuth, it's a kind of a weird little town with lots of Christmas stuff and fried chicken, but it's
Right,
very nice.
Fair.
And
Yeah.
good arcades.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
dude, it was a
Glad
blast.
you had
Thanks for coming
glad you
on,
had a good
man.
time, yeah.
This is so cool. We got a man on the